People, hello, how are you? Hopefully we're all doing well. I'm Tom. This weekend we have Galal Yafai versus Sonny Edwards. I'm actually quite surprised at how under the radar this has gone. Don't get me wrong, it's not been completely missed, but it's gone surprisingly under the radar given how good of a fight this actually is. It's really high level. It's like top operators, world-class fighters. It's a domestic fight. You look at everything sort of in and around the fight, the promoters, you know, the history of the boxers, who they've fought, their sort of pedigree, both amateur and professional. I think it should be getting a lot more attention than it is, but it's gone pretty missed, fairly under the radar. It's a bit of a shame. And I feel like actually the narrative was perfect as well. As I say, you've got two world level fighters. They're both world class. You've got domestic dust up. You've got an amateur medalist. You've got former world champion. You've got the history, again, where they've met in the amateurs. You've got the brothers where they've fought and the history of you know, their family. Then you've got things like, I say, the promoters, one sort of on the decline of their career, the latter end of his professional career, one on the earlier stages, more of a newer, the passing the baton, that kind of changing, the crossing of paths. A perfect narrative, a perfect build-up, but for whatever reason, it's not been built like that. It's not been had the proper sort of domestic exposure that I think it should have and could have got. Now, this is a very close fight, maybe not quite 50-50, maybe more like a 55-45 in favour of Sonny. I do think he goes in as a slight favourite, but it's not exactly, it's not bang on 50-50. It is extremely close though. Like I think it's I think it is quite a close fight. I think they're both world level, and I think the lack of professional experience of Galal Yafai and perhaps Sonny Edwards, you know, being a world champion and the rest of it, means that people are looking at him as slightly more of a favourite than perhaps they should be. And that's not me saying, as I say, he's bad. I just think Galal's that good. I think they're both top level, like I say, world level fighters. And I think the respect is there between these two as well. You know, whether it's just because of the rounds they've shared, you know, in the amateurs where Sonny got the better of them, or from sparring. They said they sparred probably hundreds of rounds together. But I think that how close those spars would have been, how evenly matched those spars would have been, means that respect is there. To be honest with you, the more I think about it, it's probably very close to a 50-50. I think it depends where Sonny is. I think if Sonny turns up and he's showing wear and tear, he's showing that he's slightly on the decline, showing that he's got a bit worse and that his recent fights have gotten to him a bit, then it's not a 50-50 fight. But if he's able to avoid that and show that he's actually still a top fighter, then I think like it's like 53 to 47, like a really close, very close to 50-50 fight. I think it could be, to be fair, the way some people are looking at Galal Yafai and how he's been recently. But I do think experience is a lot. And Sonny Edwards has that experience. He's gone 12 rounds. He's fought 12 rounds. He's fought 12 rounds against top operators, whereas Galal Yafai kind of hasn't really done that yet. So I think that will come into play a lot, especially with how quick Sonny Edwards starts. So prediction time. Well, I think that Sonny will have learned a lot from his fight with Bam. I think that the way that fight went and how good Bam is, I think Sonny will have learned a lot from that fight to take into this fight. I think that experience is going to give him a bit of a wide margin to start with. I think he'll start the first half of the fight quite quick and build up quite a strong lead. I do think Galal's youth will come into play a bit in the second half of the fight, and he'll start to do a bit better. But actually, I think that Sonny Edwards' experience of going the distance, going the 12 rounds, and that sort of top operator, you know, against people like Bam Rodriguez, will be enough to carry him over the line, see him through, and get him the win in the end. I think actually, ultimately, Sonny will start stronger, and then Galal will finish stronger. But his lack of experience in those 12 rounders, his lack of experience at that sort of top level, is going to mean that it won't be enough. It'll be too little, too late, and then Sonny's experience against those sorts of top level guys will be enough to get him the win. But I really wouldn't be surprised if Galal gets this fight. But that's my prediction. I'm gonna go. I don't see it being stopped early. I see it going the distance. I see it going to points, and I think it will be a Sonny Edwards unanimous points decision win. Yeah, and what will be a very close fight. I think again we might see a second fight, even a third fight. If Sonny wins this one, Galal wins a second, a third one to seal the trilogy. That's my thoughts, people. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching me more. You know, YouTube works. If you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.